Hey guys, Steve Welch here. So I've got to address something that happens a lot, right? I was, at work yesterday, and this is something that's almost a daily thing, and I thought I've not made a video about it, so I'm going to. So what happens is you have somebody that walks in and says, "Hey, I just bought a Toyota from this big name used car dealership that's not branded. That's meaning not Toyota, right? And they didn't know nothing about the car, and there's an issue with the tech, and they couldn't help me figure it out. They told me to come to you." And of course, then they come to our dealership, and everybody grabs me because I tend to know a little bit more than your average person on most of these things, as you know, if you guys have watched me for any period of time. But the thing is you got all these people that are buying cars from places that can't tell you anything about them. So here's the question I got: how did they service them? Don't know nothing about them. How did they reset the system? How did they get you signed up for connected services if you want to? How did they pair your phone? How did they do all the stuff that you're supposed to do when you sell somebody a car? Now, I'll caveat that. Do I sell used cars? Sure. If I sell a Honda, am I not as good on it as a Toyota? I'd say that's fair to say. If I sell a Nissan, might I need a little bit of, poking around to figure out exactly what that Nissan needs for me to, to get that customer properly hooked up to it, or a Chevy or anything else? Yeah, that's fair. So now I've done it long enough that I've seen most things, don't get me wrong. Whereas your average person at one of those big box, retail used car stores might have only been in the business for a few months, when I've been doing this for almost a decade, right? So, while I've seen more, sure, right? But yeah, I'm gonna say that I'm not, if they've got a brand new Honda Accord that comes out with all new infotainment system, and I've never seen it before, and then I'm trying to sell that brand new Honda Accord, am I gonna have a bit of a learning curve? Definitely. But my point in this is, there are so many people that go and buy these cars, and you're buying them from these secondhand dealers that have absolutely no clue what they're selling, no clue what the car has on it, no clue on the trim level, no clue on, realistically, your pricing might not even be right. I'll tell you, I saw one, and this is something that'll blow your mind. I saw one, and the customer said, "Hey, I bought this. It's a TRD Pro 4Runner. Bought it from one of those stores, right?" And I got to looking at it, and I said, "That's not a Pro." And they're like, "Well, no, it's got the decal right on the side of it. It says Pro." And I said, "That's not a Pro. It's an SR5." "No, it's a Pro." I said, "First off, that year Pro had a roof rack that was standard on the roof. That's one of them. The other thing that you couldn't tell is that that you can tell very easily, is that you look down at it," and I said, "The suspension, it's not the right suspension for a Pro. You don't have a Pro." And then I looked on the inside, I said, "Look, you also don't have crawl control or multi-terrain select. Both those things are standard on a Pro. This isn't a Pro. This is an SR5 that somebody dressed up to try to say it was a Pro. They changed the grille, they changed a couple decals, and they sold you a car based off of a Pro price that you bought, but it's an SR5. So realistically, I'm not going to even blame that box store totally, because what probably happened is the person that owned it before went and put all the Pro decals on it and did all the stuff that to try to make it look like a Pro, and then they went and they said, "Hey, I want to sell you my 2021 whatever it was TRD Pro 4Runner," and that company probably made him a stupid offer on it, right? Because they probably offered him what they would have offered for a Pro, right? And if that's the case, then he won. Because the difference in the price of an SR5 and a Pro on the used car market, that was probably 20 grand, somewhere around in there, right? So realistically, that guy got paid for buying a grill and a few decals. And then they turned around and sold it. Well, yep, this is a Pro. And you're going, oh, wow, it's a Pro. Let me look up, see what a Pro's worth. And you look it up, and you go, yeah, I'll pay that, because that's a pretty good price for a Pro. It's a horrible price for an SR5. So it happens like that. So you guys are buying these cars from people that don't even know those little nuanced differences, and that don't even know the tech that's in it, and that couldn't tell you what the tow rating is, that can't tell you. Now, could you look the stuff up? Probably, but the point I'm trying to make is, you know what, and is it self-serving? Always. Yes, definitely. So you should come and see me and buy a car from me, because I'm going to tell you the answers and I'm going to be accurate, right? And even if I sell you something that's a Honda, a GMC, a Ford truck, I'm going to know a little bit more about it than somebody that's been in the industry for 90 days. I just am, right? That's the easy part of that, right? So here's the thing. If you're looking to get something like that, just reach out to me at buyatoyotanashville@yahoo.com. buyatoyotanashville@yahoo.com. If you can come this way, I'll find you something that will work for you, whether it's new, whether it's used. I'll take care of you, and then I'll make sure that you know everything there is to know about the car. As you can tell from my other videos, I'm kind of good at that, right? But don't go to these. I mean, I understand they're big. I understand they're easy. I understand they have a massive advertising budget. But what you'll notice with most of them is they don't have a service department. Why? Because they don't know how to service them. They don't even know what they are, right? They have no clue what they're selling. You think they know how to fix it? No, they might change the oil and put it on the front line. They're going to wash it and change the oil, maybe. But, you know, a lot of these, they don't even change the oil. Pull the dipstick. You'll notice if you pull the dipstick, they didn't change the oil. Right? Oil is dirty. Right? Pop where the air filter is. Right? Look in the air filter. When you find leaves in there, you're going to know that hasn't been changed either. Even better yet, it's usually, especially on a Toyota, it's really easy to go into the glove box and actually pull out the cabin air filter. God, don't do that unless you want to get shocked, right? Because that's going to make you go, oh my God, that's horrible. Yeah, exactly. Never been changed. Why? Because the person that sold the car probably didn't know they had it there either. But like I said, I'm getting long-winded, getting to my point there, but hey, so this is Steve Welch here. You guys definitely reach out to me at buyatoyotanashville@yahoo.com. buyatoyotanashville@yahoo.com. I'm going to try to find you something that you're going to love, and you're going to know what it is, and it's going to be awesome. And just, hey, like I said, I know I'm a little long-winded on it, but I'm not wrong. It happens every day, you guys. Every day. Hey, I don't understand my car. Can you help me? Did you buy it here? No. And then I make you make a promise when you do that, right? If somebody comes in and does that, hey, look, promise me you'll never buy another car from them again, because they had no clue what they sold you. And I always get that promise. Hopefully people do it, but you know, you never know, because hey, it just is what it is. But hey, Steve Welch here. Hopefully I've helped you guys out just a little bit with you know, the number one mistake that people make when buying a car. They buy it from somebody that doesn't know what it is, or what it does, or what it can do. So there you guys go. Tell me what you think. If you got any stories on it, definitely put it down in the comments. And anybody can subscribe. I sure do appreciate that. It means a ton to me. Yeah, put your stories down in the comments. Let's have some fun, and tell me about the time that you bought something that you knew more about it than the salesperson did, right? So there you go. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.